I really enjoy Roberto Duran because his achievements are way beyond almost anybody else's achievements in terms of who he fought. But remember, we're talking about Hall of Famers or great fighters that he beat. And remember, we're looking also at the divisional championships he won. And we're also looking at opponent, with the number one rated opponent at the time, etc. Okay? This is the criteria. Let's go into it. All right, Roberto Duran first faced. He's not at present a Hall of Famer, but I believe he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. Ernesto Marcel. Now, you guys go research this guy. Phenomenal boxer. In fact, I would argue that he didn't get knocked out by Roberto Duran. The referee stopped the fight because Ernesto Marcel, he wasn't throwing any punches. He was just kind of coming on the inside in the final round, and he just stopped the fight. I guess he was disgusted or whatever. But truth be told, Ernesto Marcel was in a very competitive fight with Roberto Duran. And probably if the ref had let the fight go on, maybe we would have seen Ernesto Marcel like he did come on strong in the latter half of the fight. I don't know why Ernesto Marcel was doing that. But do pay attention to this guy. He beat Alexis Arguello. He beat a number of great fighters. Go check out this little guy. He was a super featherweight, basically, or featherweight, I think it was. Amazing little fighter. But I think he will be inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame. So that's his first Hall of Famer. His second Hall of Famer, I believe, is Ken Buchanan. Okay? And he's already in the Boxing Hall of Fame, International Boxing Hall of Fame to be precise. The other guy he fought and beat is Esteban de Jesus, who's also another Hall of Famer. He's in the World Boxing Hall of Fame. So that's 3 Hall of Famers so far. And what's important is he's got 1 Hall of Famer who he beat to win the lightweight championship of the world at the time. And no one can dispute that Ken Buchanan was the lightweight, the number 1 lightweight in the world at the time, because he was actually the undisputed lightweight champion. He was stripped of the WBC belt because he decided to fight Duran instead of some other guy. We move up. Oh, here's another one, Saul Mambe. Now, Saul Mambe is not in the Boxing Hall of Fame. He's not in the World Boxing Hall of Fame or International Boxing Hall of Fame, but I believe he will be because of 2 factors. 1, Saul Mambe, he was a world champion. He defended it for a good period of time. And 2, his longevity. This guy boxed for 30-something years. I think 39 years. He boxed until he was in his 60s. And he was beating guys. So I believe that Saul Mambe, who was a great technician for his time, I think he will be in one of those Boxing Hall of Fames, I think. That's my opinion. All right, so I'm going to include him. He's number 4 on the list. Then you have, at welterweight, Carlos Palomino. He was already in the Boxing Hall of Fame. That's 5. And he didn't beat him for a championship, but that's the 5th Boxing Hall of Fame. And then he beat the greatest of his era, Sugar Ray Leonard, which is 6. Okay? 6. And this is in his 2nd welterweight division. And nobody disputes that Sugar Ray Leonard was the best welterweight in the world at the time. So he fought the best lightweight in the world, and he fought the best welterweight in the world. Let's move on. He then beat, at super welterweight, Davey Moore. Now, Davey Moore was not the best super welterweight in the world at the time. Nonetheless, Davey Moore was a solid competitor. So he fought in 3 divisions: super welterweight, welterweight, and lightweight. And so far he's fought 2 Hall of Famers in those 3 divisions. Let's move on. He went on to face and beat Pipino Cuevas. That's 7. Then he beat Iron Barkley for the WBC World Middleweight title. And then Iron Barkley was not the best middleweight in the world at the time. He wasn't the best, but he was solid again. So we're looking at, he had 4 divisional world championships against really good competition. Faced 2 Hall of Famers. He didn't beat any other Hall of Famers. Vinny Pazienza beat him. Hector Camacho beat him. Right? But that almost equals to what Floyd Mayweather has done. He beat 7 Hall of Famers, and he did it through 4 world divisions. He won some minor world titles as well, but 4 world divisions. And he beat 2 Hall of Famers in those 4 world divisions. That's impressive. But again, notice, it's still pales in comparison to Floyd Mayweather's accomplishments. Floyd beat 5 number 1 guys in 5 world divisions, and he beat 3 Hall of Famers. No one's done that yet. Okay? He had 7 Hall of Famers he's fight or potential. But you can see that the accomplishments of Floyd Mayweather Jr., his resume holds up to the resumes of these greats and is actually superior to most of their resumes in terms of the criteria I've just mentioned. Let's go on. Now let's look at some spectacular guys who did some spectacular things.